Hey guys, as many of you know after last week, I am now very big into everyday carry. I have an everyday carry YouTube channel called Best Damn EDC, and it's very closely related to technology because many of the devices I do carry are smart devices or connected in some way. But of course, some of it's not smart at all. It's not connected. It's just there for style or preference or just because it's cool. So with that said, I'm Taylor Martin. This is Pocketnow, and this is my everyday carry. For those of you out there who are not familiar with everyday carry, it's literally what it sounds like. The stuff you carry with you every single day. It doesn't have to be tech. It doesn't have to be a firearm or a knife. It could be a backpack that you carry, a fanny pack. It could be literally anything. It's the gear that you carry every day, the stuff that gets you through your day and makes your day easier. While it is becoming more popular and more YouTube channels and tech YouTubers are doing updates on their everyday carry originally started with concealed carry, tactical, prepared mind sort of people. But it's sort of grown into this different thing. Anybody can have an everyday carry, and it has now boiled down to just the stuff that anybody might carry that gets them through their day. But I've been doing everyday carry stuff since 2014 off and on, and because of that, and because of this new channel, I'm constantly changing things out. So I've done my best to pare it down to the stuff that I carry most frequently. My everyday carry technically isn't an everyday carry, but this is as close to everyday carry as I can possibly get because I'm constantly changing things out. So let's start with the wallets. This year I've probably changed my wallet 6, 7, 8 times. Normally I pick one and I stick with it, but this year has been different. And the one I have landed on is the Card Caddy from Hitch and Timber. This thing is awesome. I love it. It's made out of a really, really nice leather. It's hand stitched and it is just built like a tank, but it's not just a wallet. This also holds my gear. As you can see here, I have this right here. This is the Big Idea Design TPT slide. It is a knife and a multi-tool. So if you slide that out, you have a razor blade or a utility blade. And if you dull it or don't want to use it or want to fly somewhere, you can still carry this thing with you, but you don't have to have a blade. So this is my multi-tool. I use this to open bottles. It's probably one of the best bottle openers I've ever had. And this right here is a pry tool and a flathead screwdriver, which I most often use for my camera as a tripod tool. The other side is my pen. This is the Fisher Space Pen Bullet. Yes, it can write in space. It was designed for NASA by Fisher, and it opens up, flips around, and creates a full-sized pen. These are very popular among the EDC crowd. I don't really write much by hand, but if I do, I typically use this pen. Keys are probably the worst sore point for the everyday carry community because you have things like this. This is my truck key. It's separate from the fob. It's bulky. I hate it, and there's not really much you can do with it. I just have it on a Nitize S-Beaner clip to keep it kind of compact. I hang my keys on my belt loop for quick access to those, and I use this instead of a carabiner. This is the Griffin Pocket Tool XL. This is a big hunk of steel. It's a pry bar and a multi-tool. It's got a bottle opener, different size hex drivers. You've got rulers. This is a pry bar with a nail puller, flathead screwdriver, and a package opener. This thing is a beast. It feels really cool to use. I just like it. There's no other explanation than it's helpful, and I like it, and it feels cool. I hang my house keys on that as well, and I organize those using a KeySmart Pro. This is the black KeySmart Pro that just came out. What's significant about this over any of the other key organizers is that this one has a tile tracker built in. So if you lose your keys, you can just pull out your phone. If you drop them in the couch, lose them outside, you don't know where you put your keys, you can unlock your phone, you hit the find button, and your keys ring. The other thing about the KeySmart Pro is that it's got a built-in flashlight. So when you walk up to your door at night, you can shine this at the keyhole and you can actually find it. But the really significant thing about one of these, the reason people use key organizers, is because they allow you to keep your keys in the same order. So no matter where you are, or no matter where you put your keys or whatever, they're always in the same order. You know that this one's for the front door, this one's for the back door, and this one's for the side door, or whatever order you have your keys in, they always stay in the same order. And on one of these key organizers, you can also use little pocket tools. I have a little itty bitty Griffin pocket tool. This is a stowaway version from Klecker Knives, and a bit driver, which is interchangeable between a Phillips head, and a flathead screwdriver in a very, very compact package. So when that flashlight on the Keysmart Pro is not enough, which is most of the time, I have this right here. This is the Olight S1R2 Baton. This is a 1000 lumen flashlight. It's very, very small. It's magnetically rechargeable. So it's got a little dongle, it snaps to the bottom of this thing and recharges. Got a moonlight mode, so it can be on and very, very dim or really bright. It can't stay bright for too long, but it's also magnetic, which is really nice. You can stick it to the hood of your truck. If you're working under the hood of your car, you can stick it to that. You can stick it to anything magnetic or metal, and you can use it as a work light. Or one of my favorite things about these Olights, they've got two-way pocket clips, so I can clip this in my pocket with the lens down, or I can clip it to my hat and have a headlamp. The other thing I carry is this, which is technically a pocket cleaver. This is the Sheepdog from Kaiser Knives or Kaiser Cutlery. This thing is really cool, gets a lot of attention, sometimes unwanted attention. Big knives tend to scare some people. Not me. I've carried a pocket knife every single day, except for when I was in school, since I was like 7. It's just a fact of life. It's not a weapon for me. It's just a tool. I use it to cut boxes open, cut rope, cut anything and everything I've got to use or cut in a day, which is more often than you might think. I use the TPT slide from Big Idea Design for boxes mainly because this blade is interchangeable and I don't want to ruin or dull the blade on this knife, which is a $200 knife versus something I can replace for like 10 cents, 50 cents, whatever. These blades are really cheap. The watch I wear every single day is this one right here. This is the Timex Expedition Field Chronograph. It's a really cool little analog watch. And yeah, I don't wear a smartwatch anymore. I haven't in maybe about a year or two. I switched to this one, which is the Casio Pathfinder PAG240. I switched to it after the Apple Watch and several Android Wear watches. I can ignore my phone better than I can ignore something on my wrist. If I check my phone, people understand you're checking your phone. You got a message, you got a call, whatever. If you're checking your watch constantly, even now, people still think that you're in a hurry. It's ingrained in our brains. We think that if somebody's checking their watch, they're running late or we're wasting their time. And I just didn't like that, so I stopped wearing a smartwatch. The last bit of my EDC, I have 2 phones here on the table. Really, lately, I've only been carrying the iPhone 10. So I do have the iPhone 10. I have it in a Moment photo case. As you may have noticed, my theme here with my EDC is mostly black and brown with a little silver and gray sprinkled in from time to time. I love this Moment case even when I'm not using the Moment lenses. And I also have the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, and it's also in a Moment photo case with the wood back. That's the walnut back on it. And if you're not familiar with Moment, they make these really nice interchangeable lenses for your phone, and you've got to have the case to be able to mount it to your phone. They're heavy, they're big, and they are some of the best phone lenses out there. They're not like those chintzy ones that you clip onto your phone and distortion abounds. These are good glass, they're good optics. And if you want a wide angle or a fisheye lens for your phone, Moment makes really good stuff. I don't know if I would technically consider this my everyday carry, but these right here, I don't really go anywhere without these now, especially if I'm working. These are the new Sony XM3s. They're noise canceling headphones and they are lovely. Whatever I'm doing, these are usually within arm's reach. So technically could probably consider these everyday carry. So with all that said, if you're interested in this stuff at all, like an obscure wallet that holds a knife and a pen, or a weird hunk of metal that I dangle my keys from my pants with, yeah, you might like the Best Damn EDC. It's my YouTube channel, and if you want to see any of this stuff in more detail, there's going to be a link down below to my website, which is thebestdamnedc.com, where you can check out all of this gear in a little more detail. So be sure to check that out and subscribe if you think that might interest you, and be sure to subscribe here on Pocketnow to see my take on technology and smartwatches and stuff after having been gone for so long, 4 years. It's been a very long time since I tested out a brand new phone ahead of the curve or tried out a smartwatch. Be sure to follow Pocketnow in all the usual places. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at CasperTech. With that said, one last time, I'm Taylor Martin, and I will see you in the next one.